Windows 10 has some very interesting hidden settings that don't usually show. In fact, there are so many options that exist in the power options menu that are hidden that it outnumbers the ones that you can actually see by over 5 to 1. However, in today's video, we're going to show you not just how you can unlock these hidden features, but also which of these settings you should change, in my opinion, to get the best experience, the most snappiest, lowest latency experience possible in Windows. However, I do recommend using Windows 10 because later on in the video, there are some settings before and after that I have tested that have made my system over the last 8 months just an absolutely amazing experience for desktop usage and also editing videos, and on top of that, playing games as well. I will also in today's video show you which strictly some settings that you should be avoiding, as changing some of these settings can have some very serious consequences on your computer, but also on your power bill. And if you pay for that, that's going to cost you money. But instead of costing you money, I will show you one way you can save money, which is today's video sponsor from VIP SCD Key. And they have a special deal going on with Tech Yes City, the first of which is Windows 11 Pro. Now, all you have to do to get Windows 11 Pro activated is simply use the link in the description below and then get to checkout with this Windows 11 Pro key and then put in the coupon TYC. For today's video only, there's actually an even bigger discount and you can use this coupon and save even more than the regular BFTYC. And after paying for your Windows 10 or Windows 11 license, you can then just go simply to the user center, click View Key, and then copy that key, go to your Windows activation settings, and then just copy paste this key in, and then click activate, and you're done. It's that simple to activate your Windows, and there's also a lot of different keys available from Windows 10 Home to Windows 11 Pro, and my personal favorite is Windows 10 Pro, which is actually cheaper than Windows 11 Pro, and up until this date, I've found Windows 10 Pro licenses work for Windows 11 Pro too. So use the link in the description below and the coupon TYC for a big discount. So let's get on to now the 3 most important hidden settings that you can unlock and change for a better desktop experience. And to do this, we are going to need a program called Power Settings Explorer. And I'll put the link to this application in the description below. And this was made from a member called MBK1969 on the Guru 3D forum. So all props to him for making this application. And once you get it, you have to unzip it and then open it as administrator. And once you're in here, you can then unhide all the options if you wish to. And then when you go to your power options in Windows, you'll suddenly see, after you click apply, of course, in Power Settings Explorer, but when you do this, you'll see all these extra options that now appear that were previously hidden. And this is no joke. You can see it for yourself, how many settings were actually hidden. And this is, I think Microsoft did this to protect the individual user from really messing up their operating system and ultimately their user experience. However, before we get onto this, I do recommend the high performance power mode, especially if you're on a desktop. If you're on a laptop, your mileage may vary here, but basically what the high performance mode does, it will change a lot of these hidden settings in the best performance states for your desktop usage. So it's already automatically changing some of these states for you, giving you the best experience. But let's get on now to the 3 settings that made a huge difference for me personally before and after. And these are the settings that I do recommend changing if you want the snappiest experience. And the first of this is the NVMe secondary idle timeout. And what we want to do here is actually change this from its default value down to 0. And essentially what this does is it disables the secondary NVMe idle timeout. Now, for those of you who know tech, and I'll do a little bit of an explainer with this one, for those of you who know tech will know that there's different idle states on tech products. For instance, the CPU will have various idle states and they'll go lower down in power consumption, but it'll also become more sluggish when it does this. NVMe has the same 2 states in Windows. The first idle state essentially drops the frequency and it drops the power consumption or the voltage. And so that just helps it stay cooler, but also it's still responsive in this state. When it goes to the secondary idle timeout, that's when it can actually turn things off on the device, and then it becomes sluggish when it wishes to wake them up. And so this can cause stuttering, especially when you're video editing, for example, or when you're just even watching a YouTube video like you are now. if you're on a PC with an M.2 NVMe drive, this can very well be the case, causing stuttering on your desktop, and ultimately it may be just driving you crazy in general, but changing this setting to 0 did save me a lot of frustration when I did it. Now, onto the second setting here. This is the processor performance time check. And what this did was, this one's a huge setting to change because on high performance mode, it's actually worse than the balance profile and the power saving profile, because what it does is it makes your processor check and ping the processor from the OS more than it should be doing. It does it in intervals of 15 milliseconds by default. However, we can change this down now to 5,000 milliseconds. So essentially the CPU is being polled a lot less, and essentially that frees up the CPU from having interrupts especially while you're gaming or you're doing heavy power usage tasks on your desktop. This state at 15 milliseconds, for instance, will ping your CPU as opposed to once every 5 seconds when you change this value to 5,000. So doing this, I do recommend it. And then we're on to the next setting here, and this is the processor idle check default. So this will just check if your processor is idling, and this is by default 50,000 microseconds, which would, I believe, be 50 milliseconds, but we can change this to 200,000, which will drop it down to 200 milliseconds. Now this setting is a bit of an enigma because the best setting technically should be 200,000. It's checking the CPU the less, it's polling it the less, essentially freeing up an ever so small amount of resources on your CPU. But I just found in practice that 100,000 worked better than both 50,000 and 200,000. So for this setting, I would personally recommend turning on 100,000. So I don't know exactly why this is, but just I found this was the best setting for this particular value. So those are the 3 most important settings that I have changed personally before and after, and I've just noticed my PC is running better after I've done this. Now I've gone through all these different settings and I've changed things from core parking to these core parking performance states and also I'm going to say here with my i9 10850K, a lot of these settings were actually detrimental and they caused the CPU to just not work as well as it would before I was changing these settings. So basically with core parking, I would shy away from touching these settings, especially if you're on Intel. If you're on AMD and you wish to fine tune before and after, then the beautiful thing about Power Settings Explorer is that you can change things, and if you think that it's doing a better job, you can then export that profile. And then if you come into a problem and something's a bit more sluggish, you can go back to that last setting that you know worked well for you. So this program is essentially very powerful in that you can make progress to your own best user case experience. But let's get on to the one setting that I would recommend nobody touch. And I actually have seen in the past people recommend turning this setting off, and this is the processor idle disable. And now this is such an important setting that they've just made the option enable idle or disable idle, so you don't mess this up. And I would strongly recommend not touching this setting from its default setting. I've seen people disable their idle state completely, and what this causes your CPU to do is then just run maximum temp, maximum speed all the time. So you're just burning up power when you don't need to. Even if you're just clicking a mouse playing solitaire, your CPU will be running at its maximum state. So in the case of my 10850K, my power from the wall went from say 70 to 80 watts while I was on idle, and if I disable the setting and it's still idling, the PC's doing nothing, it went all the way over 200 watts. Now if you're on a later i9, say an i9 13900K or a 14900K, or on a Ryzen 9 7950X, your power consumption is going to go possibly like literally through the roof. It may blow your rooftop off your house. That's how bad changing this setting could be. So I do recommend shying away from changing this setting because it's just going to run your processor at its maximum state. It's really not healthy for your cooling, your motherboard, your CPU, especially if you're on an i7 or a Ryzen 7 or i9 or Ryzen 9. And ultimately, it's almost like running a car down the highway in second gear at maximum RPM when you absolutely don't need to. So I would recommend shying away from touching this setting completely. So after changing those settings, you may have a better desktop experience and or a gaming experience with less stuttering. However, going further from here, I do have my Windows 10 and Windows 11 power user guides that change a whole lot of settings to make Windows just that much better and snappier. I'll put the links to both those videos up here or in the description if you want to check them out. But we're going to go over some advanced programs you can download and make your system even better. Now, the first of this is called NVclean install. And now what this does, very powerful program, just like Power Settings Explorer. If you're on an Nvidia graphics card, what you can do here is install only the things you need to install. And because I use shadow play when I'm editing videos, I'm capturing footage, that's all I need. I don't need the telemetry, I don't need the containers, all this other stuff that's baked into the Nvidia drivers. Don't need all that nonsense running in the background. So this is a very powerful application, will really help out Nvidia users get the best experience. And then if you're on an AMD graphics card, you can just opt to install the driver only. AMD do have that option. Then if you're on Intel with Arc, good luck. The final thing to go over in today's video is BIOS settings. Now, to get into your BIOS, you hit delete or F2 when you're booting up your system. In fact, some systems may have fast boot enabled by default, and so you might not even have a chance to get into your BIOS. If this is the case, you can just hold Shift and then reset the computer and then go to advanced settings and then go to restart to UEFI BIOS. And this will get you back into your BIOS even if you've got fast boot enabled. And so in here, this is where you can disable some of these settings. Now, I will say if you're nervous or you don't want to change any of these settings, I would recommend not doing it because you could mess up your install of Windows. I would only recommend if you're doing a fresh install of Windows 10 that you disable these settings for the best input delay. And the settings now in the BIOS that I change are TPM, and I disable this security feature. It's required for Windows 11, hence why I recommend Windows 10. And then the next one I disable CSM, and then after that I disable the secure boot setting. And I found these three settings in conjunction when I tested the input delay, dropped my system input delay by around 3 milliseconds. And with all those settings now changed, I have a system that I've been running for over 6 months now, and it has been an absolutely amazing experience. I'm so happy that if you watch the history of my channel, I've gone from 12th and 13th gen back to 10th gen. And I've just been absolutely amazed by how good this PC is for what I need it to do. And that's editing videos in Premiere Pro and also playing some games from time to time. And so these settings will hopefully help you in making your experience better on your desktop. But also the last thing I can recommend that I do personally is I download a program called Inspector, and I open this as administrator and I make sure the Meltdown Inspector security patches are disabled. And essentially this gives me the best performance, especially when I'm gaming in a game like Dota 2. Though that's about it for today's video. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to hit that like button. Also, let us know in the comment section below if you've got any tips or tricks of your own for making Windows that much better than it previously was. But also, I'll put the links to everything that I've talked about in today's video in the description below. And also, big thanks to SCD Keys for sponsoring out today's video. If you want to get that cheap Windows 10 or Windows 11 activated on your computer, then check the link in the description below too. And with that aside, I'll catch you in another tech video very soon. Peace out for now. Bye.